Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. Let's talk books with Shannon. Thanks for tuning in. This video is going to be my end of the month wrap up. I read 12 books in April, which is kind of my average. And we have a wide range of ratings from 2.5 stars on up to 5 stars and everything in between. So we will jump right in. Remember, if you have similar likes or you think you want to read something that I've mentioned in this video, please hit subscribe, please hit like, leave me comments. Love to hear from you. All right, my first book in April was Out of the Woods by Hannah Bonham Young. And I do not have a copy of that book. It was a library book, so I'll pop up the picture for you. This book was a follow-up from Out on a Limb, which I absolutely loved. I gave that book over 4 stars. I think 4.25 or 4.5 stars. So this one, in the book Out on a Limb, we follow Win and Bo. And in this book, we're following Win's best friend, Sarah. And Sarah and Caleb. And they have been married already for 17 years when the book starts. So it's kind of rather than a romance, it feels like a different kind of trope, maybe a marriage in crisis kind of trope. But they've been married 17 years, and Sarah's mom they got married very young, at age 19, because Sarah's mom was dying at the time, and they knew they were eventually going to get married. So Sarah's mom wanted to see them get married. So they got married young. Most recently, years and years later, Sarah's putting on a fundraiser, and it fails, and Caleb steps in and kind of saves the day, which he often does for her, and she's feeling like she is kind of lost herself. And they get into a big fight about him stepping in and taking care of everything instead of letting her fail. And so they start wondering if they're the same people they were that when they got married. So they decide to go on a guided couples camping trip, which Win from Out on a Limb suggests, and it's supposed to help couples through rough patches. So that's kind of the premise of the story. I gave this book 3 stars. I did like it. I thought it was very cute, and it was fun because Bo and Win are in the book, some in the beginning and some again at the end. So it was fun to revisit them. But I enjoyed this book. Again, 3 stars is not a bad rating for me. It means I like the book. It means that I enjoyed my time reading. It just means that maybe might have been some things I didn't like, or it's not a book that I will necessarily remember. And that's kind of my 3-star criteria. So I did enjoy my reading time, and I gave this book 3 stars. I thought it was very cute. I didn't think it was your typical romance, so don't go into it thinking it's going to be a typical romance. Since they've already been married for 17 years, like I said, it's more of a save your marriage kind of a trope. So very good. I do have some quotes. If you give me the space to grow, I'll plant myself next to you, always. And another one, when you're not near, you occupy every corner of my life. Half of my thoughts are about you. All of my dreams involve you. My hopes and dreams and purpose revolve around you. So anyway, I would call on the spice level, this was probably mild spice. And I like this one. All right. Second book I read was Check and Mate by Ali Hazelwood. I gave this book 2.5 stars. And I would have given it 3 stars had it been marketed as an adult romance, because I did enjoy my time. I did like Nolan, the main male character, and he's a chess champion. I'm going to kind of give you a premise. Mallory is the female main character, and she had, as a child, played chess, and her dad was a very good chess player, and I think competed in chess. And when she feels that chess kind of ruined her family, so she gives chess up. And then she goes 4 years without playing, and she has a sick mom and 2 sisters that she takes care of, and that she really is the main source of income for their family. And she decides to play for a chess charity event that her friend kind of talks her into doing, and ends up beating the world champion, which is Nolan. And she feels it's a fluke, but she ends up getting an opportunity to play chess again for money, and she takes it because, again, she's supporting her family. And Nolan wants to play her again, and she flat out refuses. So the story kind of goes from there. I really like Nolan in this book. I listened to the audio of this book, and I really like Nolan in it, and I like the voice they had for Nolan. I really thought the ending was good. Mallory, who was the female main character, bothered me a little bit. I love that she took care of her family, but at times I feel like she was feeling sorry for herself quite a bit on several different occasions in the story. And she just kept denying her feelings for Nolan. And it just got a little tedious for me. But I would have given this book 3 stars. However, it is marketed as a YA book. And being an ex-teacher, I take those things seriously. And I don't think it was appropriate for 12 and 13 and 14-year-olds. So there were some topics of discussion, and I mean, it wasn't like it was a spicy book, but there were some topics of discussion that I didn't think would be appropriate for young adults. So I did knock it down an extra half star for that. So this book ended up getting 2.5 stars from me. It also has a lot of chess talk. If you are a chess player or you like chess, you might like this book a little more than I did. My next book that I read, we have Addicted After All by Krista and Becca Ritchie. This one is I don't even know how many in the series. Let me look. I think this is the 7th book in the series, where we're following Lily and Lo and the Calloway sisters. And this book is actually Lily and Lo's wrap-up. Both of them, if you're not familiar with the series, Lily is addicted to sex and Lo is addicted to alcohol. In this particular book, down the line, they are both clean and dealing with their addictions through therapy, and they're both doing well, but they're struggling with all the haters they have on social media. Lily is pregnant, so is her sister Rose in this one. I did give this book 4.25 stars because, what a journey if you read these books, and so much growth and so much healing for Lily and Lo, and then a new baby. That was a lot of fun. So it was a good wrap up to Lily and Lo's story, and I gave it 4.25 stars. And I will continue the series with the sisters. I think there's 3 more books, 10 total in the series. So I'm getting close. But anyway, I do have a couple quotes for you. Lily Calloway, all this time your superpower has been loving me. And the last one, for the first time, I yearn for tomorrow and cherish yesterday and live for today. It's peace that no one will take from me. So some good quotes. Enjoying that series. Okay, my next book was the 2nd book in a series that I'm reading. It's a romantic suspense series by Catherine Cowles. This one was called Delicate Escape. The first one was Fragile Sanctuary. So I love this book. I gave it 5 stars. I gave the first one 5 stars. But like I said, I'm kind of in an era where I love romantic suspense. So it might be the timing, but I did love this book. In this book, we're following Shep and Thea. And Shep is a golden retriever protector. And Thea was harmed by an ex that haunts her. So she's got a past and she's terrified of letting anyone in. And Shep adores her and is willing to do anything for her. I love this town, this found family, the chemistry, the suspense. It's just really good. I don't want to give too much away. Okay, a quote. We can't let the bad win make us stop living. If we lock ourselves down, we don't just keep out the bad, we keep out the good too. And another one. Wherever you need to be, that's where I am. Love this book. 5 stars. I'm definitely going to continue the series. I think the next one is called Broken Harbor. Looking forward to it. And I imagine they'll, all going to be in the 4 to 5 star range for me because I really like her writing. Next book I read, Summer Fridays. This was an audiobook, I believe. So I will pop the picture up for you. This is a cheating trope, which I'm not usually drawn to, but I really like this one. In this book, we have Sawyer, who is an editor's assistant, and she is engaged to Charles, who's a new lawyer and very overworked. And she suspects that Charles is having an affair with one of his coworkers, Kendra. And Kendra's boyfriend is named Nick. And Sawyer and Nick end up talking at a banquet and discussing the possibility that their significant others might be having an affair. And they start spending summer Fridays together in New York and develop a huge friendship that develops into something more. This was great. The setting in New York was so much fun because they do summer Fridays, so they're always going places in New York, and so I really kind of felt that vibe, that whole summer New York vibe, which was a lot of fun. I gave this book 4.5 stars. It would have been a 5-star for me. I just wish that Sawyer hadn't waited so long to confront Charles about his affair, and I wish she'd have broken things off before things progressed too far with Nick. So, but I still love this so much, and I was excited to listen to it each day. And it had some 9/11 references that I thought were just beautiful. I would recommend it. This was an unexpected surprise for me. I was not expecting to have a 4.5-star read from this one. I picked it up on Apple Books on sale for really cheap, and it had a lot more depth than I thought it would, and I really enjoyed it. A quote: "He'd be a fool to ever make someone like you feel second best. I hope you know that's true." Another one: "Hope is a wild thing. With enough love, it will attach itself to the slimmest of chances and hold on tight." So anyway, so yes, I do recommend Summer Fridays by, hang on, I didn't mention the author on that one, Suzanne Rindell. Mild spice on that one. Oh, Ready or Not by Cara Bastone. Love this cover. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? It looks like a Monet painting. I just think it's so pretty. This one has been on my shelf for too long, and I know it has been a well-loved book, and I also loved it. I gave this book 4.25 stars. In this book, we have Eve, and this is a surprise pregnancy trope, and her pregnancy is from a one-night stand. It's from a one-night stand with a bartender, Ethan, and when she goes to tell Ethan that she's pregnant, he is with his former girlfriend and loves her very much, so there's that conflict. Eve has a best friend, Willa, who's always been trying to get pregnant, and so she deals with the news of her best friend getting pregnant when she hasn't been able to, and that's another conflict in the story. And Willa's brother, Shep, is our hero, and boy, is he a hero. He's checking in with her, with Eve, and ordering lunches and giving her foot rubs and listening to her vent, and he's just wonderful. I just absolutely adored Shep in this book. The characters felt real, the situation felt real, and the writing was really well done. 4.25 stars on this one. Let's see. Quotes: "Men are absolute buttheads, and for the love of God, please don't let them dictate your self-worth." Another one: "It's a lot of what motherhood is too, moving from being self-centered to being other-centered." So, excellent fun read. And I know a lot of people don't like pregnancy tropes, but it was done really well, and I loved this one. Okay. Yay! I reread. This was a reread for me. Last year I read The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo by Taylor Jenkins Reid, and it was my favorite book of the year. I read like 140 books, and this one was my favorite. It just hit me right. It just did. I loved Evelyn. I love the complexity of Evelyn. She wasn't likable all the time, but she was fierce, and I just loved her. And I loved all the side characters. Harry is her best friend, and I adored Harry in this book. And sometimes books is just timing. Everyone says, "Oh, that was your favorite book of the year." I'm like, yes, it just hit me right. So this year I decided to do a reread, but this time I decided to listen to the audiobook instead. And it was wonderful. And it's still, I don't even know, more than 5 stars, 100 stars for me. So this was a 5-star read for me. Beautifully written. Like I said, complex characters, still one of my favorites of all time. And so heartbreaking. And I love Evelyn and Harry so, so, so much. So many good quotes. Never let anyone make you feel ordinary. Love that one. She says, "I am bisexual. Don't ignore half of me so you can fit me in a box. Don't do that. I spent half my time loving her and the other half hiding how much I love her." And another great quote: "Make them pay you what they would a white man." Love that quote. Okay. And just one other thing, I got a new copy of this because I got a special edition because it is one of my favorite books of all time. And I love this cover. It's beautiful. And the edges are sprayed green with 7 different wedding rings on it. So cool. I was so glad that I was able to find that. And then the inside cover, kind of a nighttime Hollywood view. Just beautiful. So anyway, still one of my all-time favorites. 5 stars. Okay. The next book I read was Reckless by Lauren Roberts. This is the second book in the Powerless trilogy. And of course, the new one just came out, Fearless. This was a library book, so I'll pop the picture up there for you. And If you've read the first one, or if you haven't read the first one, we're following Peyton and Kai. Kai's a prince and is an elite who has, all the elites have some sort of power. And Peyton is an ordinary and does not have special powers, but she wants people to believe she does because the elites are killing off the ordinaries. So she pretends that she is kind of psychic and can read people. So in the first book, she gets thrown into this competition and against other elites. And it goes from there. And in the second book, it picks up from there. And she is running from the person who she's running from the person she previously wanted to run to. So who is Kai, the prince, and he's also the enforcer. So seeing Kai and Peyton together again was fun. I just thought this book was a little too repetitive throughout. It could have been shorter. I will definitely read the final book eventually. I'm not in any huge hurry. I did predict the ending to this one, which is fine. I didn't really hear anything about the ending. I knew it ended on a cliffhanger, and I knew that there was a final book coming out. And so I kind of guessed from there how the second book was going to end. Because there was a third book, I knew, certain things couldn't happen. So anyway, so I did predict the ending of this one. I gave this book 3.5 stars. And I think I gave Powerless 4. I'm kind of just getting used to fantasy books. Last year was my first year reading fantasy. And I'm not sure, romance is always my favorite genre. But I don't think I love these fantasy books as much as everyone else. I know Powerless was a 5-star read for a lot of people. I gave it 4 stars. I enjoyed it. I thought it was a little reminiscent of the Hunger Games. But anyway, this book I'm giving 3.5 stars. So hopefully the last book is a wrap up, and I'll like that one as well. Okay, quotes. You cannot be nothing when you are everything to someone else. He is my anchor, and I am willing to sink so long as it is with him. Some good quotes in that one. Okay. Next one I read was, and this is the second in a series, I read Juniper Hill by Devney Perry. This is the second book in the Eden series. I read earlier in the year Indigo Ridge, which is book number 1. This is a romance book. Let me see. All right, this one we're following Memphis and Knox. Memphis arrives in Quincy, which is the small town, and with a baby boy and a tumultuous past that she's trying to escape. So she has a past that she's trying to escape, and she takes a housekeeper at the big hotel that the Eden family owns. And so she is a housekeeper in this place, and Knox is the chef at one of the top restaurants in the hotel. So, and he also has a difficult past. And so it's kind of an enemies to lovers trope, because they do not like each other in the beginning. And she, of course, doesn't have a place to stay when she gets there, and she doesn't have any money. So she ends up staying in Knox's loft, or it's like I think it's set up like a casita house for guests. So anyway, Knox is a chef, and I actually had a lot of fun with that. He loves to prepare meals for everyone, and he does it for Memphis too, even when he doesn't like her. And I love how they slowly fall for each other. It's kind of a slow burn, and how they open up to each other about their past. No third act breakup in this book, which I thought was great. And I love the suspense aspect of it as well. So this book was 4.5 stars for me. Quotes. Standing on your own doesn't mean you have to be alone. I love this one. Touch her again and they'll never find the body. So I enjoyed this one very much. 4.5 stars. Okay, the next one. I will have to flash a picture because I already loaned it out to someone. Us Against You by Frederick Bachman. This is a literary fiction book, and the second one in the Beartown series. In the first book, it's about a small hockey town, a small town that is all about hockey, and something horrible happens and it affects the whole town. That's the first book. In this book, that picks up where the first one left off, and you're kind of revisiting all the characters and seeing how they are dealing with the repercussions from what happened. And there's also a rivalry between 2 hockey teams. And this book was all about the writing. It's about hardships and hate and survival and struggles and courage. And and the bonding of a town, and there's just so much in it. And Frederick Bachman's books I think they take longer to read. They did me anyway, because you have to think about it and read a little bit between the lines, and it's just beautiful, just beautiful. So yes, I will definitely, this one was 4.5 stars for me. I think I gave Beartown 5 stars, so I didn't love this one quite as much, but still loved it, and I'm going to be reading the last one, which is called The Winners, probably soon, within the next couple months anyway. So a couple of quotes. It's only words, only letters, only a human being. When guys are scared of the dark, they're scared of ghosts and monsters. But when girls are scared of the dark, they're scared of guys. There's a quote, I love this one. It's a story about hockey rinks and all the hearts that beat around them. Anxiety, it owns us, but leaves no trace. So anyway, beautiful, beautifully written. And I do recommend this series, but I do recommend that you check trigger warnings, and you do need to read it in order. But very, very great book. All right. 2 more. I read Evidence of the Affair by Taylor Jenkins Reid. As you all know, I'm a huge Taylor Jenkins Reid fan. I haven't read every one of her books, but I'm working on her backlist, and this was on her backlist. I have read already Malibu Rising, Carrie Soda's Back, One True Loves, anyway, I've read several of her books, but I'm still working on some of her backlist. And this one came up on Kindle Unlimited. So I picked this one up. This was a short story. Again, I'll flash the picture up. Evidence of the Affair. This is a short story, probably 85 pages, something like that. It is written in the format of letters. David and Carrie are the 2 main characters, and their lives become intertwined when Carrie thinks that her husband is having an affair with David's wife. So she writes him initially and tells him of her suspicions, and then they just end up writing back and forth. And like I said, short story, you can read it in one sitting. I did, and beautifully written by Taylor Jenkins Reid, because I love her writing so much, and it had a little bit of an unexpected ending that I really loved. Okay, some quotes. I'm sorry. I gave this book 4 stars. Okay, some quotes. It seems as if you see me exactly as I wish to be seen. There is no greater gift than that. And one more. My life may not be perfect, but at least I can finally say it belongs to me. So Same Time Next Year by Hannibal Monaghan is a romance book. And I read Nora Goes Off Script, and I gave Nora Goes Off Script 3 stars. I enjoyed it. It was a good book, but I didn't love it. So I kind of put off reading this next one, but I'm happy to say that I picked this one up because I gave this one 4.5 stars. In this one, we're following Sam and Wyatt. Sam and Wyatt, as children, were great friends, spent the summers at the beach together. And as teenagers, became boyfriend and girlfriend and fell in love. And that went on for their teenage years until Wyatt unexpectedly broke her heart. And so we're present day. Sam is engaged to someone else and is about to tour a wedding venue in her hometown in Long Island. And when she arrives, Wyatt is there. So she ends up just revisiting lots of memories with him, finding out the truth about their breakup, just reconnecting with one another. This book was very engaging, and really, I felt the magic of first love in this book. And I thought it was captured beautifully, and it was a beachy second chance romance. So I would highly recommend this for a summer read, especially if you're going to the beach. I really loved it, 4.5 stars. And let's see if I have a quote. You're the most important person that's ever been in my life, and you're not even the most important person in your own. So very fun. So I will definitely be reading, what is it called? I have it up here on my TBR. Summer Romance. I haven't read that one yet by Annabelle Monaghan. So if you've read that one, let me know if you think I'll like it. And let me know if you've read this one, if you enjoyed that book. That's my 12 reads for April. Again, hit like, hit subscribe, leave me comments if you've read some of these books or if you want to read some of these books. Anyway, thanks, friends. Please remember to take care of each other. Happy reading.